Bonjour, je m'appelle Dr. Tin et bienvenue à French 1311, chapitre 3, leçon 7. Aujourd'hui, nous allons étudier encore les mots interrogatifs. Les mots interrogatifs. Ça va? Très bien. Hello, my name is Dr. Tin and welcome to French 1311, Chapter 3, Lesson 7. Today we are going to learn again, to study again, interrogative words. Interrogative words. Okay, so we learned that you can use those interrogative words with the expression est-ce que put in front of a statement with the interrogative word preceding the expression est-ce que, right? Okay. Now, we are going to learn another way of asking the same question. The questions that you ask using est-ce que can also be asked the same questions using what is called l'inversion. 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 Which means that the places of the verb and the pronoun will change, will invert, right? Inversion means inversion, where the places of the verb and the subject pronoun or the pronoun, the subject pronoun or the noun change, right? Good. So you can ask the question using est-ce que, which you know how to do already. Today we are going to learn how to use l'inversion to ask the same questions. Okay. So page 83, page 85. Les mots interrogatifs. Les mots interrogatifs. Interrogative words. Quand, right? Où, pourquoi, comment, combien de, qui. Okay. Now we have learned how to use est-ce que to ask questions. Right? You put est-ce que in front of any statement, that statement turns into a question. Right? Now, in our previous lesson, we learned these interrogative words. All right? You use the interrogative words together with est-ce que in front of a statement, and that statement turns into a question. We also learned how to answer those questions, right? So today we are going to learn how to use l'inversion, the inversion, the changing of places of the pronoun and its subject and its verb. The pronoun, the subject pronoun, and its verb, or the noun and the verb. Okay, so here, quand est-ce que vous mangez le dîner? Quand est-ce que vous mangez le dîner? Okay, it's pretty much we said in our previous lesson, an informal way, right? Okay, which is more common than what we are going to learn today, the inversion, right? So, now, when you say, quand est-ce que vous mangez le dîner? Right? You can ask the same question where see the verb and the subject pronoun will change place and then you won't use est-ce, right? Just the verb and the pronoun with the interrogative word. Okay, so quand est-ce que vous mangez le dîner? When do you eat dinner? Okay. You know that in English, we also, at one point before I continue, we do a little bit of the inversion with the verb to be, the verb can, right? Can you go home, right? You see that the can is put before the subject, you. Can he come here, right? Are you okay? See the verb and the pronoun, right, have changed places in these sentences, right? So we can use few words, right, few verbs to do the inversion in English. Are you okay? Are you studying? Right? See that the place of the verb and the pronoun has changed, right? The same thing with French. The French, you can do the inversion with any verb, not just the verbs can to be in English. In French, you can do the inversion with any verb. So here, you do away with the est-ce, right? And then you change the places of the subject pronoun and the verb, and then you put a hyphen in between the two. So here, quand mangez-vous? See that the verb has come first, and then we put a hyphen in between the verb and the pronoun, right? So there you don't use the est-ce. Right here, you said, quand est-ce que vous mangez le dîner? Here, quand mangez-vous le dîner? See that here, the vous and the manger. Vous mangez le dîner, the verb has changed places with the subject pronoun. And then you put a hyphen in between them. They mean the same thing. This is pretty much more formal than the inversion one. So, quand est-ce que vous mangez le dîner? Quand mangez-vous le dîner? Même chose, the same thing. It's a question of style. The inversion one, right, uses the verb and its subject pronoun. The verb will come first and then followed by the hyphen, and then the subject will follow. Right? Of course, don't forget the interrogative word. Okay, so we are going to practice here. I'll give you the inversion, right? And then you have to come up with the same question using est-ce. Okay, so quand arrivez-vous à la fac? Quand arrivez-vous à la fac? Now the same question, right? Here you see that there's inversion. Here you don't do the inversion with est-ce, right? So you say quand est-ce que, and then the subject. Okay, the subject pronoun will go back to its place before the verb. Quand est-ce que vous arrivez? Okay? À la fac. Même question. Même question. The same question. So, quand arrivez-vous à la fac? Quand est-ce que vous arrivez à la fac? Quand arrivez-vous à la fac? Quand est-ce que vous arrivez à la fac? Okay. Ou, when you're doing the inversion, right? And then you have two vowels meeting. You put a T in between them. The The T is just there. It has no meaning. It has no function. It has no function. All it does is to help with pronunciation, smooth pronunciation. That's all. When two vowels meet and you're doing l'inversion, put a T in between and do your hyphens. Right? So here we see that we have two, habite and elle. And because we want to smoothly pronounce habite and elle, we have put a T in between. Okay? The T is just there for us to pronounce habite and elle, right? So that people can hear that we are pronouncing habite and elle. The T is there for smooth pronunciation. It has no grammatical purposes. Okay? So, où habite-t-elle? Où habite-t-elle? See that? The pronoun, the subject pronoun, and the verb have switched places, right? And we put the T there so that the two vowels, right, meaning can be separated for us to pronounce the words very well. All right. Où habite-t-elle? Où habite-t-elle? Okay. Now change the same question using est-ce que. Okay. So here, où est-ce qu'elle, right? Because you have this E and then the L, right? You will drop the E that will the E that ends the est-ce que and put your apostrophe there. So où est-ce qu'elle, and the verb habite. Where does she live? All right, the same thing. Where does she live? Où habite-t-elle? Où est-ce qu'elle habite? Ok. Question numéro 3. Pourquoi travaille-t-il? Okay, we didn't do the T because this is not a vowel, right? When two vowels meet, you put a T in between. But this, right, does not end with a vowel, right? So you don't put any T. The T is already there, right? Pourquoi travaille-t-il? Pourquoi travaille-t-il ce soir? Pourquoi travaille-t-il ce soir? Travailler, to work, right? So, why are they working this evening? Why are they working tonight? Okay? So, pourquoi travaille-t-il ce soir? Now you put your est-ce que here after pourquoi, right? So, pourquoi est-ce, right? And then the que, right? Let's put it up there. Est, right? And then because we have two vowels meeting, we will drop the first one and put our apostrophe there. Let's write it very well. Okay? Then the apostrophe, the que, right? Est-ce que. The E will disappear because two vowels meeting, and then we will put our apostrophe there. Right? And then we'll write it il. Pourquoi est-ce qu'il travaille ce soir? This is this. T-H-I-S. We'll learn about the demonstrative adjectives in some lessons to come, right? In one of our future lessons, we will learn about these demonstrative adjectives, right? Okay. Comment prépare-t-on? Right? You see that the T is there because of the E and then the O, right? To smooth the way we'll pronounce those two words, right? The verb and the pronoun on. So, comment prépare-t-on l'examen? Comment prépare-t-on l'examen? How do we prepare, right, for the exam? How do we study for the exam? How do we study for the exam? How does one study for the exam? Now we are going to use est-ce que, right? Comment est-ce, right? Que, now because we have voyelle, voyelle. Vous laissez tomber la première voyelle et vous mettez l'apostrophe. And you drop the first vowel and then you put your apostrophe. Okay, so comment est-ce qu'on prépare l'examen? L'examen. Comment est-ce qu'on prépare l'examen? Okay, how does one study for the exam? Okay. Question numéro 5. Combien de livres avons-nous? How many books do we have? Right? We have our inversion. Now we are going to use est-ce que. So combien de livres, right? Est-ce que, right? Nous avons. Okay. Combien de livres est-ce que nous avons? Ok. Très bien. Question numéro 6. Qui aimes-tu? Inversion, right? Qui aimes-tu comme acteur? Who do you love as an actor, right? Who do you love? So who is, just like you're asking who is your favorite actor, right? So who do you love as an actor? Who do you love? So we're going to use est-ce que. All right, so we say qui est-ce que tu aimes? Okay. Qui est-ce que tu aimes comme acteur? Ça va? Ça va? Ça va bien? Ok. Au revoir et à bientôt.